I would like to introduce our third speaker for today, Susane Smith. Susane is a women's empowerment coach. She empowers overwrought empty nesters to transform their fear of putting themselves first so they too can confidently step out, speak out, and branch out. Today, Sue is presenting on Cultivate Your Confidence, how to step out, speak out, and branch out. And with that, please welcome Sue to the stage.
Don't be afraid of losing people. Be afraid of losing yourself by trying to please everyone around you. Who here has a fear of putting themselves first? Doesn't show their true feelings to avoid conflict, or struggles to say no? These are typical signs of people pleasing, which is often attributed to individuals with low self-confidence and is more prevalent amongst women. A 2021 study by think tank, the Wealthier Network, found that 79% of women lack confidence. The exciting news is that confidence builds happiness and happiness builds confidence. I'm curious, who here would like to cultivate their confidence and harness their happiness? I have taken my coaching knowledge, skills, and lived experience and distilled them into a 12-week program which empowers overwrought empty nesters to cultivate their confidence and transform their fear of putting themselves first so that they can confidently step out, speak out, and branch out. According to the Women's Confidence Report conducted in 2021, the largest global study into women's confidence, the highest score in confidence in women across the world was just 7.7 out of 10. In Australia, the confidence score was 6.3 out of 10. That's right, just 6.3 out of 10. Startlingly, women's confidence declines as we age. There have been several crucial times in my life where I realised that something was wrong here and something had to change, or I simply wouldn't be around very much longer. A byproduct of my past and my conditioning. You see, I was the master of disguise and no one knew really what was going on around me or within me, and including me. Feeling punch drunk was the norm from being the good girl who would always conform to what was expected of me, if only I had learnt to throw a punch or two of my own. I never truly lived. I merely existed. A seed or thought emerged, and I realised there were at least 3 things that I needed to do to change this thing within me and to step out and speak out and branch out. It was a time to unlearn what was modelled to me and find a brand new way to be. These 3 things are the things that I took on the journey that I knew I was destined to follow and determined to share with others like me. Let me just check in. There are over 8 billion people living in this world, and how many do you feel directly responsible for? The answer is 1. Simply 1. Whilst you think you can be, have, and do everything for everyone around you, who is the one person responsible for taking care of you? It's only you. You must take care of you. This was my lesson, and I had to learn it the hard way. I realised that I had one mind, one body, and one soul, and only one life to live. I was so busy focusing on everyone else that I forgot to take care of me. The one and only person I could be fully responsible for. I wonder if you can relate. As a child, I remember my strategy to avoid conflict was to be a mouse, hiding quietly out of sight, out of mind. I would see my parents arguing over something with each other, or perhaps one of my loved ones or someone I cared about, or I'd witness my brother in all sorts of trouble for whatever he'd done, and I figured I was better off hiding from all of that. I was the child that everyone liked to have around, quietly getting on with what they were told to do, neat and tidy, making sure that I had done all the little things that make everybody else's day better. The good girl. It wasn't until I was well into adulthood that I realised this strategy was doing me harm, that I needed to empower myself to a new way of living. And that's when the magic happened. And that magic was the power to say no. My third thing. Let me paint a picture for you. I was working 10 to 12 hours a day in a job that I didn't love, with stress levels that were out of this world. Not sleeping, my mind was racing, grumpy, tired, angry, exhausted, drinking far more than I should, with no motivation or inspiration to do anything. It was an effort to get out of bed in the morning and commence my day. The mask was pulled on well and truly when people were watching. I appeared as if nothing was wrong. Everything's fine. Right? The minute I was alone, the truth was evident. I would crash and burn, crumbling on the couch, not willing to go anywhere or do anything, crying in my sleep. Freedom isn't the ability to say yes. It's the ability to say no. Realisation dawned, and there are only so many hours in a day, week, or year, and there was only so much of me to go around. If I took on something new, then something else would have to give. And that gift was no longer going to be me. The secret is in the art of learning to say no, or no, thank you. In my 12-week program, there is a combination of the tips, tools, and strategies I use to find my way to inner peace, happiness, and confidence. How I kicked the people pleaser and the doormat to the curb, and I found the confidence to step out, speak out, and branch out. And if any of this resonates with you and you're ready to cultivate your confidence so that you too can confidently step out, speak out, and branch out, reach out to me and book in your complimentary obligation-free call. Let's plant that seed and watch it grow.